Okay, hi everyone. My name is Naseem, and I'm so happy to do this gentle yoga practice with you today. So, we have something called prenatal prana, and I don't know if you've heard of that before. I think it really applies to people who are doing inner child work to think about this. So, we talk about prana and breathing and energy, and we maybe don't think about this prenatal prana. Now, when I heard prenatal prana, I know my mother, she was super stressed out as a pregnant mom, a young mom, an immigrant mother who kind of wasn't even sure about her relationship with my dad. You know, he wasn't the most faithful man either. So she was very stressed out when she was pregnant with me. She wanted to finish college, but she got pregnant in college and then was told she had to be on bed rest. My mom, if I thought about my prenatal prana coming from this stressed source, which, you know, she was loving enough to stop going to school and stayed home so that she could raise me and have me. And she was doing the best she could. When she raised me, I thought about this the other day, how nice it would have been to possibly even be homeschooled by my mom, because she was so loving and giving of a person. I don't know how I would have turned out instead of going to regular school. So we have this prana energy, and we can get it through our daily food, we can get it through meditation, we can get it through our yoga practice, but there is something that is given to us in birth, and they call it in yoga prenatal prana. So I invite you to not think of it so much from your own mother, but from this universal energy that's abundant, that's infinite. And because this class is gentle and restorative, think of filling up your own prana. You're not only preserving that prenatal prana. So if you've ever had addictions or, you know, eating disorders or really abused your body, you may have depleted some of that prana. And so it's really important to take care of yourself now so that you can preserve that daily prana. If you were in any kind of abusive behaviors to yourself in the past, daily you were depleting your prana, and that triggers more of that abusive behavior because you're just reaching for anything to make you feel better and feel good. And if you're in a healthier, more balanced place, daily your prana is getting more replenished. When you notice that it's not, maybe you take healthy action to rest, maybe you eat a healthier food, or do whatever it is you listen to your body. So my intention for my yoga class today, I wrote about the prana. My intention for this yoga practice is to heal my prenatal prana and allow myself to connect with the universal Mother Earth, universal and infinite Father and Mother energy of help and abundance that's always been there for me. I can open my heart and allow it. So we will be doing some heart openers and hip openers and just allowing that space for our prana to flow through in a very healthy, balanced way. And I'm just going to look at this chat. Yes, we will definitely release tension in these poses. We'll connect to our bodies. We're going to stretch. And I hope that everyone enjoys this time out for ourselves. Like I said, I was going to do a more flow-based class today, but I got my yoga bolster yesterday, and I did some stretches and I felt so peaceful and balanced that I want to share this with everybody. So we're going to actually start class. I think you can see over here up against the wall. So I'm going to grab another mat. If you have a wall around, wonderful. If you can't, just, you know, I was doing this on a couch yesterday to get the blood flowing. A lot of times the blood, we're standing on our legs, we're sitting up. So we're going to put, if you have a bolster, if not, you can do it flat on the ground or get a pillow under our hips. And I'm lifting my hips up on the wall and kind of scooching forward like this so that my legs can be up on the wall. And if you want, like here in my room, the light is there and it's kind of in my eyes, but I want you to see me, so I'm leaving it on. Feel free to turn your lights off. This is much gentler of a yoga practice, so you want to feel calm and relaxed. And the closer you can get your hips to the wall, the better. It might take a few tries of scooching. And in restorative type, yin type of classes, we hold our poses longer. So we're going to be here for a while. My dog came to join me, and she's going to be here with me for a while, probably. Going to be about 5 minutes in this pose. Just letting all the blood flow from your feet through your legs. And this pose is good for almost everyone, unless your doctor has told you you have some kind of heart condition where you don't want to be doing something like this. Feel free and allow your body to heal. I may talk a little bit in the beginning, but I'm going to just be silent for a lot of this to give you space to allow whatever comes up. Poses like this, if you can do it at the end of the day, especially, it really helps with sleep. I used to do this pose once in a while. I worked in the restaurant, so I'd be on my feet for hours, and it felt really good. This week, I started doing it every day, and I've been falling asleep in this pose. So I've been doing it longer than the 10 to 15 minutes that I had planned. And then my feet would tingle because there was no blood left. I do feel like it's healing. I've done it in bed, just using regular pillows on the wall. I did it on the couch. And now we're doing it on a wall. This is more of a traditional yoga class style on the floor. Alfie, telling my dog to be quiet. And to be honest, I started doing this pose because I was starting to get spider veins in my legs. And I read that standing on your feet all day causes those. And this is a pose that can help spider veins and varicose veins from getting too irritated, forming and getting too noticeable. So that's another thing that this pose is supposed to be good for. Let's just breathe. Let the singing bowl sound and the healing frequencies cleanse your chakras, balance your body, and restore your pre and your postnatal prana. Times we feel like we need to be doing something to have value, to feel self-worth, or sometimes we're not doing enough and we don't feel good enough. Just know that being here in this pose right now, taking this time for yourself, is not too much, it's not too little. It's just enough. And be present. Let go of the past. Let go of the future. And be here now. Be here in your body. Be here in your breath. Be here now. Come out of the pose. Just be gentle and easy. I'm going to roll to one side, using my hands to come up slowly. And I'm making my way back over to the mat that's in the middle of the room and bringing my bolster with me. My dog is still laying on it. She doesn't want me to take it away. All right, the next pose we're going to do, if you like, you can bring a blanket for your knees just to have even more cushion and support. And it's an assisted child pose, supported child pose. So our knees are separated, feet are together. You can just come down into a child's pose. Oh, I get doggy kisses, that's sweet. And you can put your head to one side. You can put your head forward if that's more comfortable. If your head is to one side, I encourage you to switch sides when you feel inspired, or stay on one side if that's what your body is being called to do. So you can spread your knees wider if it's more comfortable. And we're just going to stay in this pose for a moment, a couple minutes. And if you need to adjust, feel free. I was in a pose yesterday. It was a little bit more, I felt more of a stretch, so I'm playing around with it. I'm bringing the yoga bolster a little further forward than I had it. I had it touching my thighs right now. Now I'm bringing it forward, and I do feel more of a stretch in my hips now that it's further forward. Let's breathe. In about a minute of being here, I'll cue you to switch cheeks unless you're doing it on your own. Then continue to do so. on one cheek, you can switch to the other side. And if you haven't done so and you want to see what it's like to have your chin on the pillow or on your bolster, just to see what the center feels like, let's explore this space. When your chin is forward like this, you may feel your throat chakra getting a nice stretch, your throat opening. When you feel ready, we're going to come up to get into a tabletop position, do a couple cat-cows, stretch out. So we inhale, our belly drops. We look towards the ceiling or the sky. Inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Let's come back to tabletop. We're going to do a couple lion's breath to get rid of some of this energy that we've cultivated in our bodies. So if you've done it before, you can join me. Otherwise, I'm going to do a quick explanation. So lion's breath is when you stick your tongue out and you do this kind of sound. Some people, I've seen them in class go and make a roaring sound. I don't love that. That feels rough on my throat. So I like the sort of sound. And this really stretches out everything here and your tongue, where we can hold a lot of tension. So we inhale, exhale, lion's breath. You can imagine all the toxins, all the stress just coming out in this breath. So you can be ferocious and brave like a lion. Inhale. I'm going to do 3 more like that. Inhale. Now I'm doing it from a tabletop position. Another position where you could try it is with your knees out and hands in front. My fingers are pointing in, so this stretches your forearms and your wrists. So you inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one, make it a good one. Get it all out. See, now that time I wanted to make a little roar. That felt good. And it did not hurt my throat. That's the beauty of trusting yourself, trusting your instincts. Give yourself a couple hugs. Open your arms, elbow to elbow, hug. Squeezing your heart, feeling the stretch in your shoulders, loving on yourself. Switch the grip, other elbow on top. Loving yourself. You're doing something so good for your practice. If you're in this position and you like, you can join me in some side bends. I'm gonna stretch out the side. Some people, this position's not the most comfortable to sit in, so you could put a block under your bum. You could sit cross-legged. You could just stand up and do this stretch as well. You exhale on the bend. Inhale as you come up and switch. Exhale into the stretch. Inhale coming up. Exhaling into the stretch. Last one. Inhale coming up. Exhale. Nice. Okay, we're going to do a forward fold next. I'm going to bring the pillows or the bolster in the front. I am going to sit on my blanket, give my hips a tiny bit of lift this way. So feet come together. Heels can be flexed if you want more action in the stretch. If you want to just relax your feet a little bit, I'm not pointing or flexing them, just sort of relaxing them forward. That's a nice place to start too, if it's a gentler practice that you're going for. Just gonna keep an eye on the watch too. So we're gonna lean forward from here, and your stomach will be on the bolster. And so you start coming forward. A lot of times when we do forward fold in a regular yoga class, our feet are flexed and we extend on the inhale and we exhale with a straight spine. But because we have this bolster here and we're supported, your hands can come to the ground, to your calves. You can reach over to your feet. Just try out some different things because we're going to be here for a few minutes. And you start to just relax over. Maybe your forehead touches the bolster. Maybe it doesn't yet, but it does later. So just explore. You're supported. Your stomach will hit the pillow or the bolster, whatever you have in front of you. There's times I didn't have a bolster or pillows and I just took blankets and I rolled them up so I had something here in front of me. And so if you want more stretch in your hamstrings, you can flex your feet and your hands. If you want, you can even put them under your ankles and pull yourself forward. And just give into this pose, relax. ready, you can walk your hands up your legs, gently coming up to seated position. We're going to open our legs to the side. For a supported straddle pose. So I'm starting with my bolster up higher, and then I might move it down later. I'm giving myself time to let my hips open. We're going to come forward, and just like the other one, you can have your feet flexed. If it feels good, you can also relax your feet a little bit. You can play around with where your bolster is too. So right now I'm starting to feel like I would like more stretch, so I'm going to bring my bolster forward to bring my forehead to it. And I'm going to rest here for a second. If you already feel ready, your bolster can be flat, or you can be down to one pillow instead of 2 or 3. Trust your stretch. Get to a point where you feel supported and can just release and let go and be in the pose. We're not pushing, we're just allowing. Hold a lot of emotion in our hips. This is where our root chakra, our sacral chakras are held. So if things are coming up, you're noticing resistance, maybe you're thinking, I don't want to be in this pose anymore, this is uncomfortable. Maybe you're loving it, it's just feeling good. Allow those thoughts to come up. And most of the time we don't need to act on our thoughts as they arise. We can just watch them. If it's an emergency and we know we have to act on a thought, we will know. But right now we're in a safe place. We're in yoga class. We're on our yoga mat. There's no real danger right now, and we can release and let go. When you're ready, gently, in a supported way, slowly come up. We're going to move into pigeon pose next. I'm not sure how I'm going to work this around my little dog. I might just get the other yoga mat. She is doing her restorative yoga. The little white one's a girl, the brown one's a boy. Okay. So I'm going to bring the bolster in front to lay on. And some people say your shin should be parallel to the front of your mat. I find that my pose, my foot likes to be more of a 45-degree angle, and that works well with my body. So when you get to this pose, you just want to look back, make sure that your foot is flat. You don't want it to be torqued in one direction or the other. Straight behind you. And then we can come down onto the pillow or bolster for a supported pigeon pose. And we'll stay here for a couple of minutes. And switch legs in a couple minutes. My dog followed me to my new mat and to my new pose. Sorry for the noise. She's a blind dog and she runs into lots of things. And I may have to get up and move her in a second. Come here, Nina. Come on. Why don't you lay down here? There we go. Do yoga with me, puppy. If you have pets, I like restorative yoga. I let the dogs in the room on purpose today because we hold the poses longer. And it's like right now I'm petting one of my dogs. And it's really calming for the nervous system. As you know, if you have had pets or you have pets, it releases oxytocin and a lot of chemicals in our brain that make us feel calm, that feel good. It regulates the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the one where we rest, restore, and relax. When I'm doing yoga where I'm moving a lot, the dogs can sometimes get in the way, but with restorative, they can just kind of hang out with me. All right, we're going to switch coming up into pigeon on the other side. So just the way you came in, come up slowly, gently. Switching legs. Making sure your foot is straight behind you. If you need a second to shake out your leg that was just in pigeon, that's okay, trust it. If you feel ready, just come straight into the new pose. Looking back to make sure your foot is straight and lowering yourself down into a supported pigeon. You're probably already doing so, and if not, just find a little place where you can breathe a little deeper, take a little bit longer exhale, allowing the inhale to be gentle and long. Slow down your breathing just a little bit. Relax your tummy just a little bit. I invite you to try whatever feels good for you. You may notice that as you soften your breathing, you feel a softening in your hips. Something releases, something lets go. And when you're ready, slowly bringing yourself up. We're going to be getting ready for our final resting pose in a moment, but before we do, I'm going to do a little heart opener, throat opener. So you can bring your pillow, if you have a bolster, to your lower spine, and then you lay back. This is called a supported fish pose, and you can bring your legs forward, hands down to your side, laying like this for a supported fish pose. And we'll be here for about a minute, and you can come to regular Shavasana after that, or you can stay in this pose if you love it for your Shavasana. I will let you know in about a minute for the option to change poses if you wish. So allow your head to release back, your chin to be raised towards the sky. You may find an elongating, just a slight elongating happening as you release your throat. Your tongue relaxes. Your heart shines towards the ceiling and the sky. Think about that universal life energy flowing in your body. You just made space for more prana, more universal life force energy to be present and flowing in your body by practicing your yoga. Maybe as you breathe, you feel your belly button stretching just a little with a deep breath. Release, relax. So if you want to lie flat on the ground, you may remove the bolster. Some people like to put it under their knees in Shavasana. You could bring a blanket or a pillow under your head. Let's just get comfy for our final resting pose. This is time to integrate your yoga practice. Let all the good settle in your body before we do anything else today. may stay in your resting pose. If you're feeling like you've finished your practice and want to come out of it, roll to one side. Come up to a seated position or stay in your resting pose if that's where you are. Just want to say thank you so much, yogis, for joining me in your practice today. May you have beautiful thoughts, beautiful speech, and beautiful feelings in your heart all throughout this day and all days to come. Thank you. Stay blessed and namaste.